Welcome to our exploration of Herodotus on cats in Egypt, a fascinating journey into the ancient world where we unravel the intricate relationship between the Egyptians and their beloved feline companions. As we delve into the writings of Herodotus, often referred to as the father of history, we will uncover the deep cultural and religious significance of cats in ancient Egyptian society. From sacred temples dedicated to the cat goddess Bastet to the protective role that cats played in everyday life, we invite you to join us as we discover the rich history and enduring legacy of these enigmatic creatures in one of the world's most captivating civilizations. Herodotus was a Greek historian born in Halicarnassus, modern-day Bodrum, Turkey, in 484 BC. He traveled extensively throughout the known world, visiting Egypt, Persia, India, and other regions. His most famous work, The Histories, is a collection of stories and accounts from his travels. Among these accounts, Herodotus provides a detailed description of the importance of cats in ancient Egyptian society. Cats in ancient Egypt held a special place, not only as pets, but also as sacred animals. They were closely associated with the goddess Bastet, also known as Bast, who was the goddess of home, fertility, and protection. Cats were seen as the earthly embodiment of Bastet, and as such, they were revered and even protected by law. Herodotus recounts that Egyptians were so protective of cats that they would rescue them from burning buildings, often risking their own lives in the process. If a cat died, the entire family would mourn by shaving their eyebrows as a sign of grief. This practice demonstrated the deep emotional connections Egyptians had with their feline companions. The sacred status of cats in ancient Egypt extended beyond their association with Bastet. They were also believed to possess protective qualities and were thought to be capable of warding off evil spirits. As a result, many families kept cats in their homes, and their presence was considered a blessing. Herodotus's accounts also provide insights into the Egyptians' treatment of cats. When a cat died, it was carefully mummified and buried in a designated cat cemetery. Archaeologists have discovered numerous cat cemeteries throughout Egypt containing thousands of mummified cats. These cemeteries are a testament to the importance of cats in Egyptian society and their role in religious practices. The ancient Egyptians' reverence for cats extended to their treatment of other animals. Herodotus reports that if an Egyptian killed a cat, even accidentally, they could face severe punishment, including the death penalty. This strict protection of cats highlights the crucial role they played in ancient Egyptian society. Cats were also a significant part of religious ceremonies and rituals in ancient Egypt. They were often depicted in temple art alongside Bastet or other deities. Some cats even held the title of oracle, and their movements and behavior were believed to convey divine messages. The following passages are taken from Herodotus, The Histories by Robin Waterfield. All the animals in Egypt are regarded as sacred. Some are domesticated and others are not. But if I were to explain why some animals are allowed to roam free as sacred creatures, my account would be bound to discuss issues pertaining to the gods, and I am doing my best to avoid relating such things. It is only when I have had no choice that I have touched on them already. However, one of their customs concerning animals is as follows. Each separate species of animal has been appointed a keeper who is in charge of looking after it. The keeper may be an Egyptian man or woman, and children inherit the post from their parents. In cities, people fulfill their vows by praying to the god whose sacred creature a given type of animal is, and shaving their child's head, it might be the whole head or a half or a third, and weighing the hair in a pair of scales against some silver. This weight in silver is then given to the keeper of the animals. She cuts up as much fish as the silver buys and gives it as food to the animals. This is how the animals are fed. The deliberate killing of one of these animals is punishable by death, and anyone who kills one of them accidentally has to pay a fine whose amount is determined by the priests. However, the death of an ibis or hawk at someone's hands, whether or not he intended to kill it, is inevitably a capital offense. Although there are plenty of domestic animals in Egypt, there would be many more if it were not for what happens to the cats. When a female cat gives birth, they stop having intercourse with the males. However much the toms want to mate with them, they are unable to do so. The toms have therefore come up with a clever solution. They sneak in and steal the kittens away from their mothers and then kill them, but not for food. The females, deprived of their young, long to have some more because the feline species is very fond of its young, and so they go to the males. If a house catches fire, what happens to the cats is quite extraordinary. The Egyptians do not bother to try to put the fire out, but position themselves at intervals around the house and look out for the cats. The cats slip between them, however, and even jump over them and dash into the fire. This plunges the Egyptians into deep grief. In households where a cat dies a natural death, all the people living there shave off their eyebrows, nothing more. In households where a dog dies, they shave their whole bodies, head and all. After their death, the cats are taken to sacred chambers in the city of Bubastis, where they are mummified and buried. Dogs are buried by each householder in his own community in sanctified tombs, and mongooses receive the same form of burial as well. Shoes and hawks are taken to the city of Buto, and ibises to Hermopolis. Bears, which are rare, and wolves, which are not much larger than foxes, are buried wherever they are found lying. The ancient Egyptians' fascination with cats was not limited to religious practices. Cats were also popular subjects for artists and craftsmen. Many Egyptian artifacts, such as statues, amulets, and paintings, featured feline images, showcasing their cultural significance. Herodotus's observations on cats in Egypt reflect the ancient Egyptians' profound respect for these animals. While cats were revered throughout Egypt's history, their status as sacred beings reached its peak during the late period, 664 to 332 BC, when the cult of Bastet was particularly popular. During this time, the city of Bubastis, located in the Nile Delta, became the primary worship center for the goddess Bastet. Herodotus visited Bubastis and described the city's impressive temple dedicated to the goddess. The temple was adorned with gold, silver, and precious stones, and it featured numerous statues and images of cats. The annual festival held in Bubastis in honor of Bastet was a significant event in ancient Egypt. Thousands of people from across the country would gather at the temple to celebrate the goddess and her feline companions. Herodotus describes the festival as a joyous occasion filled with music, dancing, and feasting. During the celebrations, many Egyptians would bring offerings of food and drink, as well as cat figurines, to the temple as a way to honor Bastet. Interestingly, Herodotus also notes that the Egyptians revered other animals, such as hawks, ibises, and crocodiles. These animals were also considered sacred and associated with different gods and goddesses. However, cats held a unique position in Egyptian society due to their connections with Bastet and their protective qualities. As we explore Herodotus's accounts, it's essential to consider the historical context in which he wrote. While some scholars argue that Herodotus's works are primarily accurate, others suggest that his writings may contain inaccuracies and exaggerations. Regardless of the debates surrounding the accuracy of his accounts, Herodotus provides valuable insights into the customs and beliefs of ancient Egyptian society. Today, we can appreciate the rich cultural and historical significance of cats in ancient Egypt through Herodotus's accounts and the numerous artifacts discovered by archaeologists. These timeless stories remind us of the enduring bond between humans and cats, a relationship that has spanned thousands of years and continues to thrive in our modern world. In conclusion, Herodotus's writings on cats in ancient Egypt offer a fascinating glimpse into the significance of these animals in religious practices, daily life, and art. Through his observations, we can better understand the ancient Egyptians' deep respect and admiration for cats, which continues to captivate people today.